KVID360 integrates the outputs from your application scanners like SonarQube into ServiceNow and Azure DevOps, therefore allowing PMOs and dev teams to manage vulnerabilities efficiently while reducing the time spent on the manual back-forth to address these issues. Let's look at the KVID360 Basic. For any project on Azure DevOps, developers will have to code and run their pipelines. Once the pipeline is executed, each one has its own list of tasks. Under this pipeline, you can see the list of tasks that will get run in order. Once you see them, you could hit the button Run Code Analysis to trigger SonarQube. SonarQube will run code analysis for any changes applied to the code base. Once this task is executed, KVID360 informs that the analysis is complete at DevOps end, and ServiceNow can now fetch the issues from SonarQube using the API. ServiceNow then receives the list of issues from SonarQube and brings it to the KVID360 transformation table. This table is capable of identifying the scanner type and accommodating any type of scanners records into a single format. Depending on the severity of the identified issues, KVID360 Vulnerability Rule configuration helps identify the ones that need to be created as a vulnerability ticket in ServiceNow. You can set up the rule configuration to identify the parameters based on which it needs to create a vulnerability item. You can see here that the type is not code smell and the status is one of open, reopened, or confirmed, and severity is one of critical, major, or minor. Accordingly, the item is created in ServiceNow, and back in the transformation table, you can see all the data captured along with a unique issue ID and other details like the source file, the line number, project name, date of creation, date it was updated, the type, and the application scanner details. The transformation table also contains a reference to the vulnerability item. Clicking that would give you details of the item. You can get the details of the source, risk score, risk rating, remediation target, external ID, and more. For any application scan, the project name is captured as a CI. If the project name is already in the CMDB CI, KVID360 will reference it, and if it's not in the CMDB CI, then it creates a record and references it against the configuration item. You can also add resolution notes for the work items, and KVID360 will mark it as resolved. A KB article is created for future reference as well. You can find the KB article in the vulnerability item screen, enabling the PMOs to understand the steps to be taken. The notes section captures all the details of the item that it has acquired from SonarQube. With the help of the previously acquired external ID, you can identify the work item created in DevOps. Based on the severity score marked in the vulnerability item, DevOps automatically assigns the appropriate priority for the vulnerability, and you can also find other details about the item, including notes, line numbers, type, source file, and the KB article as well. Developers can simply take the KB article link to follow instructions and fix the issues. Once the issue is fixed and the code scan is run again, the corresponding vulnerability item will be marked as closed both in DevOps and in the vulnerability item. You saw how KVID360 automates the clerical work, reduces the project time, and puts a smile on QAs, devs, and project managers' faces. Put your projects on steroids with KVID360